Good morning, my lovely people. How are you? Hope this day finds you all well. Well, today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to have an informal chat with Mr. Richard Hewitt. As you all know, Easy Vanlife. We're just going to have a chat and a cup of coffee and see if we make you giggle. It should be a laugh. Come along and have a listen to it. It'll be a bit like an Alzheimer's waiting room, but such is life. Such is life. Anyway, we've got a weekend coming up, bonfire night, and as such, so I shall be hiding away from the fucking fireworks because they drive me bonkers, especially when you're trying to sleep through them. But yeah, we're going to have a word with Richard this morning and just see what occurs. He's an interesting old character. He was born in Malton, but I'm going to let him fill you in on this. So hang about. It'll be on next. You all take care, and I'll see you soon. Don't forget, don't switch off. And give us a like and a subscribe and that sort of thing. That'd be brilliant. Okay, you lovelies. I'll see you after the interview. Sum it up. And Bush, we're on the camera, son.
We're on the camera.
We're on camera. We're being filmed.
What day is it? It's Thursday today, isn't it?
It's Thursday, the 3rd. The 3rd.
The 3rd.
The 3rd of November.
About 10 to 1.
10 to 1.
And what we've done so far? Nothing.
Well, we've been gas bagging.
We're in gas bagging, yeah.
We've been gas bagging.
We were parked about 8 feet away from each other.
Yeah.
And we both woke up in the morning, this morning, and someone's parked the motorhome. Can you just give a quick spin just to show how close it is?
This motorhome is a little bit
and
close.
neither side it even arrive.
No. That is the
With
way.
a massive car park.
And it's just there. I mean, there's plenty of spaces all over the place. But oh no, he's come and jumped in between me and Richard. just because he can.
And then we didn't know he was there, so we opened the curtains.
Yeah.
I went to open the curtain to see if Charlie was still there, whether he was up or not. There's a very motorhome sitting there between us.
Just right in the middle of us, mate. You can't get a fag paper between our vans.
Well, you can.
Well,
That's a slight exaggeration.
Well, 3 fag papers then. Anyway, we're doing an informal chat today with Richard and myself. We're going to ask Richard some questions. This should be funny.
Where the babies come from, things like that.
Yeah. No, we don't need to know that one. We don't need to know that. We've done all that. Richard, so where are you from then, boy, originally?
Malton. I'm born and bred in Malton village, which is about 10 miles away from where we're currently parked.
As the crow flies.
It used to be a small village where everybody knew everybody. I grew up around all the kids. I still know a lot of them that live there now. I all grew up together. And a proper good old-fashioned copper, peddler farmer that knew everybody's business in the village, and you showed him respect. If he asked you something, you told him. If he said he'd been scrumping, he said yes, because he knew you had already.
Yeah.
And
it saved all that violence.
Yeah. If you didn't do anything wrong, he left you alone. And you always said hello to him. In fact, I saw him about 5 years ago. I always said hello, and obviously not a cop anymore. He was going for a walk with his wife. And I said hello. He said, I barely remembered who I was after all these years. I've got 30 years since he retired. It's a real old-fashioned community that's not like that anymore. As houses been put into small pockets of land you wouldn't believe how they got houses in. I suppose like everywhere now, isn't it?
It's up and down the country, people, isn't it? It's up and down the country.
And now villages joined together with Northampton. There's big houses and estates in between us. Whereas there used to be a bit of a gap.
Yeah.
But gap's long been closed down.
Yeah. And then we had the overspill from the Eastern District.
Yeah, the Eastern District.
Teenagers,
yeah,
thought.
they came from London, didn't they?
Yeah, it's supposed to have done come from London as overfill.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that happens all over the place.
Yeah.
And we've got another lot now at Belton Green, up by Belton Green Road, isn't it? What's that road up there? The new estate by Smith's Farm Shop.
You bet they're nice houses, aren't they?
Oh, they are nice houses.
They're not,
but they're still full of fucking fly tippers. Sorry. That's another pound in the box. Yeah, so Rich is originally from Malton. I'm originally from Abington. And
3 miles away?
yeah, 3 miles away. When we was a small community. No small community now, mate.
But I knew a lot of people from Abington. I'm sure you knew a few people from Malton.
Yeah, it was...
I know gang warfares or anything like that then.
Nah, wouldn't happen. It didn't happen.
There's Abington Park.
Yeah.
Well, I keep going on at Charlie to do a tour round. It's probably the largest town and the largest park in town, and it's was given by the Lady Wantage, one of the shoe people, and there's so much history there and things to look at. I keep trying to push Charlie to do a nice little video around there.
And I'm going to do it.
I want you to do 2 videos from there.
Yeah, I reckon I can get 3 if I include the museum.
The museum, yeah.
But I've done one of my lad fishing a couple of videos back. He had a nice carp out of one of the lakes over there. And so I've done a little bit of the bottom part, but I will be doing more. But this ain't the weather because it's been raining like like you wouldn't believe.
And my parents both lived in Abington, where Charlie was from. My dad came from the council house area, and my mum came from the private house area. And it was looked down on me by my mum's side, but looked down on my dad's side.
Yeah.
Because they were a lower class of people.
Yeah. They lived 2 streets further along.
Literally just a few streets along. Yeah. That's all it was. Yeah.
Yeah, we had snobs back in that day as
well.
Yeah,
we did. Yes.
Yeah, snobbery. But yeah, it don't happen no more, mate. I don't think, does it? No.
Not to that extent. No. No. I don't think there is that snobbery anymore, is there?
No. I mean, Abington Park, I grew up there from when I was about 3. I was like a little wild child.
Yeah.
And I would, because I lived on Saxon Street, just across the road from the park. So that was my play area. I learnt to swim down there. I caught my first pike out the 3rd lake. But yeah, it's a beautiful place, and I will be doing some videos of it.
It is a beautiful place, Abington Park area. I used to play there. Used to get on the bus. My mates would get on the bus from Malton.
Yeah.
And actually went past Abington Park.
Yeah.
302.
Yeah.
And cost about 2pence or something to get there and back.
Yeah, but we won't mention money on here because the government are too tight and won't give us enough money to live on properly. That's why we live. See, we're going to downsize soon to tents because you don't have to have an MOT on them and pay diesel.
Yeah, well, why did you buy a van? Why are you living in a van?
I'm living in a van because I can't stand the bleeding neighbours. Any neighbours, that is. I like to be out and about and a different view every day.
Yeah.
And it's... You meet more beautiful people in a van than what you will as your neighbours walking about your estates. It's more of a community.
Yeah.
99% of the time, there's another van there. They will come and say hello.
Yeah.
And you'll find you click with them people.
Very easily. Yeah. Yeah. Come and ask them, is it safe to park here? Is there anything to do? Yes, we've got 21 miles of footpath,
cycle tracks,
cycle track on an old railway track where we currently are. There's tunnels just a mile up there.
Kelmarsh tunnels. Is it
There's
Kelmarsh?
a steam museum.
Yeah.
Just down. It's open on a Sunday. As the old steam trains got what 2 miles.
Yeah.
Of track they've got left over, haven't they?
Yeah. That's see.
Lamport.
It's
called Lamport.
Yeah.
There's nowhere near Lamport.
No.
It's a Brampton.
Yeah. And we've got Madewell. Is it big house in Madewell, isn't it? What is it?
Nice houses in Madewell, which is half a mile up the road.
The little village. I'm on about the big house. The blue signs as we come in.
Oh, at Lamport.
At Lamport.
At Lamport Hall.
Yeah.
An interesting fact about Lamport Hall.
Here you go.
It is thought the very first, is it gnome? Little plaster cast. Got hats from.
Garden gnomes.
Garden gnomes.
Yeah.
It's thought the very first garden gnome, I think it was imported from Germany, was at Lamport Hall. Now, a few years ago, it was kidnapped and held for ransom because this is a very old gnome. I remember in the papers at the time, we were laughing about it. And it was held for ransom for X amount of money. I can't remember how much it was at the time. And they wouldn't pay it. In the end, the people bought it back and left it on the doorstep and ran off. And I didn't get any money for it.
Yeah.
And now it's kept in the lock and key, unfortunately.
So there you go. If your gnomes go missing, don't worry, they'll be back. Don't pay a ransom.
But I've got lots of them around in like little rockery areas and that.
Yeah.
Doing a bit of fishing and got lots of them. But I kept the original one, took it to one side so they don't get kidnapped again.
See, famous for losing gnomes in Northamptonshire. And what about you? Why do you like living in the old van, Richard? Why are you full time?
Well, I do live in a house, my own house, paid for. Me and my partner lived there together for 10 years, I suppose. And her daughter needed a lot of help with children. I lived in Liverpool. And so my partner, she wanted to go to Liverpool, and I didn't want to go to Liverpool. So we sold the house, and we took a load each. And so I bought the motorhome. I originally thought about having a canal boat thing, but doing lots of things by myself, and my health isn't very good. I can't walk. So it's a good job I didn't get a boat or another boat thing.
You've never been off it, mate.
I know I've been parked in the same place all the time. I'm only a short little bit.
Yeah.
So I thought, during the very first lockdown, I started watching people like Lee and the Turbo, like living in a van. I thought, that's not a bad lifestyle. And how doable that is. As I went more into it, I thought, I said that's doable, it's got to be doable. I didn't have any money at the time except for what I sold the house for. So I had to live on that for 2 years before now I'm a pensioner. To get my pension money.
Any lucky?
It's not a lot, but it actually keeps me. Pension money pays for the van and living, no problem at all. But if I lived in a flat, I call it a flat, I'd have had to rent a flat. Wouldn't have had enough money to buy another house again. I've been stuck in one flat the rest of my life, just looking out the same window. just going to the same shop every day and just doing the same thing every day, watching. I've been sitting there watching the telly all day long.
Yeah.
And struggling to pay for it. Worrying where my next bit of money's going to come from. So I decided on Vanlife, and best thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, so if you're thinking, you know, would you manage on a pension in a van, then yes, you can do it.
It's easy compared with a house.
Yeah, you've got no overheads, of course, with living in the van. Just get yourself a nice motorhome. Make sure you've got heating, and there's, you know, I'd never go back to bricks and mortar again.
Because it is easier for us being single. If you had a wife, partner, whatever, what we do, we wild camp. I think I've spent 3 nights in campsites in just over 2 years.
So how long have you been full time in it now?
It was September 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago.
2020.
It was in the middle of the lockdowns, in the middle of the 2 lockdowns.
Yeah.
That's when I started. When I was expected the second lockdown, did we?
No.
When we come out the first, we thought that was it. We got thrown back into it again. I was lucky. I was staying about 3 or 4 miles down the road in a council car park. The second lockdown. Council come and see what I was doing while I was there every day. While I was in especially lockdown. I explained to them I'm living here. And they went away, came back a couple of days later. Well, here's our phone number. If you need any help whatsoever, water or rubbish or anything, give us a ring, we'll help you. So the council turned from nasty people into very friendly, looked after me, and allowed me to stay there for 4 months. Obviously, the day we were released again, off I went. Well, as soon as I could, obviously. Still go there occasionally, don't we, in Brixworth?
Yeah, Brixworth's nice. But they do welfare checks.
They do welfare checks on us.
Yeah, most Vanlife, you know, if you're parked in one of the areas, they will, you know, the wardens will come and see you if you've been there a little bit long. Not to move you on, just to make sure you're all right and you've got everything.
Local rangers, aren't they?
Yeah, like the
country park rangers.
Yeah.
They actually work for the local council. And we're looking at Northampton. The rangers and the council understand that we exist.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of councils around the country, they don't want us.
No, they don't like you parked up free, especially on your spots. But the rangers here look on us as a little bit more security because we're in the middle of nowhere. And when you come onto the sites, you'll have leaflets with car windows, you know, lock it or lose it because they'll break into cars. Yeah. And we sort of police that, you know.
Just being there.
Yeah, just by being there in your van, less cars are getting broken into.
And less damage to the areas where we are.
Yeah, because if you look back on my previous videos, we have had times where people have just cut trees down and laid them across the road. They break benches and, you know, just disrespectful in the area.
But when we're there, it doesn't happen.
No, if we're about, you know, we don't say we stay in these places permanently because Richard travels more than I do. He's sorted with his pension, but I'm stuck in limbo.
You're still a youngster.
Yeah, so I've still got a few years to go, but I'm stuck on health-wise, so it ties me to the area. And obviously Richard, with his mail and bits and bobs, he's a bit more freer than me. He likes to travel a bit more as well.
I come back here once a month for my post, basically.
Yeah, and tablets.
Tablets. I can't get tablets anywhere in the country.
Yeah.
But I tend to
touch base.
Do about this area, my posts and tablets, get them at the same time anyway.
Yeah, I've been living in my van it'll be just coming up for a year. So I've had last winter, November.
Yeah.
I think about November the 20th or something like that was the official day. Um, and I found it. Look, I haven't met anybody who I could give a bad word to. I've seen a few Vanlifers, and as we call them, and they've all been lovely. And everybody I've met has always been, talkative. It's like a community, which you don't get on a council estate. Trust me. And yeah, so I've been a year into it, and I'm just coming up for my second winter. I've got a little diesel heater and comfy. So if you're thinking or having any thoughts about moving into a camper van or motorhome or a self, we can't recommend it enough. You get to see different views every day if you so wish.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good channels out there. People meet up, and it's a different lifestyle. Well, that's me done. I've talked off now. That's me done.
The locals in this area where we are, I haven't come across a moaning local yet.
No.
I've had a few gives a bit of a filthy look. But the majority of the time, I sit me out the door and say, good morning, and 99% of the time, they chirp up, smile and say good morning back. They are used to Vanlifers in this area of Northampton. In fact, a lot of places I go to, I go to places in Wales where people actually stop and speak to you.
Yeah.
It's exactly your motorhome, and you tell them what you're doing and that.
Yeah, and they're interested.
And they're really interested. But a lot of it is an attitude. You get some Karens that you just want to start shouting and screaming at you. I found the best way is to speak very politely back. Don't be rude, just be polite and smile. And then they come straight down, and they're usually nice to you back then.
They're on your level then.
Right, they come down to your level, and you actually end up talking, they're nice people.
Yeah. So we have no problem with the locals when they do come for the dog walking. A lot of them will talk to you,
Yeah.
as he says, and yeah, it's just a nice community.
Is that same chap or woman comes every day, a dog in the registration number, that pickup?
Yeah.
And they stop just at the end. I actually spoke to him a couple of times. Sometimes sometimes it's him and her. They're like 6 o'clock every morning and 6 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, twice a day.
Yeah, twice a day. And they don't mind us at all. They're parked right next to us and disappear off for an hour.
Yeah.
So they're not frightened of us.
No.
They don't see us as any danger to them.
No.
Or we're not going to take the wheels off the car while they're not looking.
Only if they're 16 inches and got a good tread on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been an eye opener.
And the occasional kids, especially Friday and Saturday night, they go to the very far end and just do their thing. But some bit noisy music. But 9 times out of time, they're not interested in us, are they?
They're not interested in us at all.
They stop to have a little drink.
They smoke them funny fags and
Yeah.
a bit of music, but they don't bother. You don't knock on your vehicle, and you don't get any abuse off of them.
You get nothing from them. I've even spoken to a few of them.
Yeah.
And say good evening to them, and they're sort of taken back a bit and they speak back.
Yeah. They don't hang about long, do they?
No. Usually by 11 o'clock they're all gone anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just a little bit of loud music occasionally.
We was all kids. We've all done it in our first cars. Been out, had a bit of music and have a smoke and whatever. Yeah. We've all done the same, and it's live and let live, mate. In this game, that's you just got to get on.
Don't give them any hassle.
Yeah.
Leave you alone.
Yeah, don't block them in and that sort of thing.
You don't shout at them and call them names. Just don't do anything like that.
Don't take the machete and baseball bats out because
they're going to be coming back later on in the evening with some others.
Yeah.
But so not just respecting the countryside, you respect everybody else. Everybody's got a right to take a dog, the children, out for a walk, out in the countryside. Everyone has the same rights.
Yeah, of course they do. Yeah, of course they do. So, if you're thinking about this lifestyle, there's plenty of channels to have a look at, and
especially ours.
Yeah, you should be definitely watching mine because I need some help here. Yeah, there's plenty of van lifers out there. I mean, some of the people that you can come across, that I've come across, you know, they're struggling in little vans or whatever, but they make the effort and they seem to be doing good in it.
We see cars, don't we?
Yeah. Oh, there's more people
There's quite a lot of cars about.
Living in cars.
Yes, there is. Yeah, yeah. And not even big cars.
No.
There's a little Focus.
Yeah.
That airfield. I went there a couple of nights to get it later, and it's still there.
Yeah.
They're doing a Ford Focus. Obviously going to work every day. He disappears first thing, comes back later on.
Yeah, he's got his little cook set and a jackery, and he's happy enough. He talks to you, same as everybody. I mean, I've seen a few single women in the vans.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, they'll approach you because you're in a van as well.
They feel safe.
They feel safer if you're in the area, which is a lovely thing. But everybody I've met so far has been fantastic. I haven't got one word to say about anybody. I mean, there's some of us, we're not as fortunate like Tim, Socks with Sandals. I keep mentioning him because you've got to go and have a look at his channel and see what he's been living in for 3 years.
Yeah.
This little 2-seater van with a 300-watt solar panel on the roof, and he's got a little oven. He's a bit controversial, but he's a lovely bloke. Go and have a look. And he's managed for 3 years. And everywhere you go, if you see another camper, they'll always come and say hello. Or I will go out my way to make sure they know I'm there and say hello.
Yeah.
Because that's the way of the community. So if you are thinking about it, which I know a lot of you are, including you lot, we know you're thinking about it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Anyway, that's a waffle with a couple of old gits. And we're finished there, are we? Can you finish?
Yeah, we're finished there.
We don't want to bore you too long.
No.
You know, or make you jealous.
I'm Richard Hewitt, Easy Van Life. And obviously, Charlie, he's the, what you call him?
Charlie's Van Life. See, he reckons he watches my videos and he don't. I've seen him click through them one time.
Well, obviously, Charlie, because you're on his channel.
Yeah. But yeah, have a look at Richard's channel and a few other sites. Who can you recommend to watch to get started?
Raymond does some of the most amazing videos.
Drone shots
from
soundtracks.
The photography is almost professional.
Yeah, that's Carl and Helen.
Carl and Helen, lovely couple. I've met them. Yeah, definitely have a look at their channel.
Vintage RV.
Vintage RV, yes.
He's got a big V8 vintage wagon, and
he likes reversing into things.
Yeah, he knows how to handle it.
Well, I can talk. I reverse into things as well.
He does it all the time.
I've got a damage to one corner.
That's John and Sam. Who else would you recommend if you're looking for van builds?
There's Liam, who's a bit odd.
I wouldn't go to the Poison Dwarf. It's not the way to go. John and Mandy.
John and Mandy, yes.
John and Mandy's just doing a van up now, just doing the insulation, and that's a channel worth watching if you're into.
He's good at videoing as well.
Yeah.
And good at editing.
And they've been all over Europe. And who else can we give a blowout to?
God blimey.
God blimey. There's so many of us.
We're going to upset people by not saying their channel.
Yeah. So we'll go no further.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing.
We'll go no further because off your top of your head, there's a couple to get into and have a look anyway.
In fact, if you look through Charlie's comments, quite often it'll be from the van lifers.
Yeah.
And if you look at the comments on mine as well,
Yeah.
you get.
So it's not a lonely life. You know, you can put a video up, or you can, leave messages on our sites, and we will always answer to the best of our ability. We'll always answer you and give you, give you
An honest
helping
answer.
hand. Yeah.
Yeah. If you ever want to buy a motorhome, never ever ask anybody what the best layout is.
No.
Because everybody's layout is different.
Yeah.
And it suits their lifestyle.
Yeah.
You got to go and look at the dealers, for instance. Look at 20 different vans. See which one would suit you.
Yeah.
Because this van here suits me down to the ground. I've tried others, and I've actually had a different one, which I thought would be okay, but weren't. And you get to know what you want out of a van. If there's 3 of us in there, this won't work at all. Or even 2 of us might be a bit of a struggle. But one person, my particular one's perfect for me. So me Charlie just got his upstairs bedroom. Well, I can't do steps, so it won't be any good to me.
I don't do steps. I have to climb on the seats to climb into it.
I won't be able to do that.
He wouldn't be
Again,
able to do
I've
that.
got a dog, so I have to have a left-hand habitation door. But Charlie's not too bothered which side it's on.
I've got a right-handed one, I think.
You
Because
have?
mine's foreign with a left-hand drive. Mine's a foreign bit of kit.
So, never ever ask anybody what the best layout is.
You've got to find it yourself. Now
You've got to. You're the only one that can just make that decision on layout.
just make yourself comfortable in it and try it.
Have a look round it, see whether it would work for you. A lot of people insist on a permanent bed. It don't bother me, it takes me 5 minutes to make my bed.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to have the garage at the back, but that means I can't climb in. My legs aren't good enough to get in out of bed. If you have a garage at the back, you can overload it very easily.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of room at the back under the bed.
Yeah.
Bush bikes, and you put something junk in there, you overloaded.
No, we're not saying it's all right for just single people. If you're married, if you're a couple, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you have a different sort of vehicle that suits you both.
Yeah, so it don't matter. You can get into it. And the safest I've ever felt is being in the van than what I am in the house. In the house, you've got to leave. It could be burgled.
Yeah,
in
you
your
can go burgled just as easy in a house.
Yeah, in your van, you got less chance. And you've got if you don't feel it's safe there, then don't stay there.
Yeah.
Go and move somewhere else. There's loads of apps that you can find for, like for instance, Park for Night. There's sites that will show you campsites. There's the world's your oyster.
You don't need campsites.
You don't.
You haven't stayed in one, have you?
No, I've never stayed in a campsite, but we might be of the what do they call it? We might be just fussy old gits. You know, we don't want to be on a campsite. We'd rather be just a couple of you, or even just on your own.
I don't like the rules of a campsite.
He don't like rules. He's a rebel.
It's like being back at school.
Yeah.
Don't do this, don't do that, do the other. And campsites do tend to treat you like children.
Right, so if you've got any questions or you need any reassurance, you can always come to mine or Richard's channel, and we'll answer it. Put
it in the comments.
Yeah, put it in the comments, and we'll always answer
Try and answer the best we can.
And we're going to leave this one here.
Yeah.
Love you to bits, and we've been on about 10 minutes, I think, so we'll see how many views we get on this.
Half an hour.
Half an hour?
I bet.
Jesus, half an hour. Catch you lovely people later. Don't forget, like and subscribe, and go and have a look at our channels, and we'll see you soon. Ta-ra for now.